I don't think this Cowboys team knows how to win. Let me explain. This is Talk Cowboys. Remember to like and subscribe if you love the Dallas Cowboys as much as I do. So, dating all the way back to last year, you'll remember that this Cowboys team has faced some adversity, and they've overcome that adversity. Last year, they got beat solidly several times at the end of the season, but they always came back the next game and played lights out and destroyed their competition. The problem is, after they won that game, they would come back out the next week and play like crap. And I think that's translated into this season. All of these games, the Cowboys come out very, very flat. They just don't show a whole lot in the first half of games, or at least the first quarter of games. This last game against the Colts, the second quarter towards the end, they were starting to play a whole lot better. But in the first quarter and a half, they were just flat. They really couldn't do a whole lot. And I'm wondering if this team has a winning problem. Meaning, they're winning, they're getting a little bit high on themselves, they're not preparing like they should, and they end up coming out very flat at the beginning of games. They get smacked around just a little bit at the beginning of games, and then they kick it into gear and they get back to their winning ways. At least last season, they never got back to their winning ways during a game. They had to wait until the following week after they'd gotten the crap kicked out of them to reverse themselves and fix it. This time, they're doing it towards the end of the first half, sometimes waiting until the second half. The problem is, if they don't figure out this thing, that's not going to work so well against a playoff team. These playoff teams are going to come out, and these playoff teams are going to score points. They've played some mediocre and some decent teams this season, but they haven't really had a whole lot of points scored against them in the first half. And that's going to be the problem once we get to the playoffs. If they get a bunch of points scored against them, Kellen Moore is going to go away from the run. Zeke and Pollard are not going to be able to do what they normally do. Dak is going to be forced to throw, and bad things are going to happen, and we're not going to be able to come back. So we really need to figure out what this deal is with starting slow in the first half. We need to come back. We need to score some points starting from the very beginning, and we need to just dominate the entire game instead of waiting until the third or the fourth quarter. What do you think the problem is? Why do the Cowboys do this? Let me know. Make sure you post down in the comments. Of course, remember to like and subscribe if you love the Dallas Cowboys as much as I do. Let's go Cowboys.